So as a child, I have to balance that both the sides the way you put it on the shoulder. Once I took Dr. Kalam to RECW. After Jawaharlal Nehru, people of that stage have not visited in almost 50 years. So I requested him, we went together. I told him when he asked me this question, I'm glad you're asking question what was asked by Dr. Kalam. When we were traveling from here to Warangal by car, I said one R stands for, it taught me responsibility. At the age of 16 I came there. It taught me how to be responsible for my father's money.
Great.
And it taught me empathy. E is for empathy and C is for communication. That advice of my father on 26th January 2005 made me decide to join MRI. Noble cause to save lives in emergencies. I was there for 6 years. Launched in 12 states. We touched 12 million lives during the 6 years.
Yes.
And saved 5,20,000 lives during the 6 years.
How was your experience working with Modi ji?
I met him first time on 27 June 2007 when he invited me to present 108 model. After listening to 50 minutes, he never interrupted for a second. 50 seconds he listened. At the end of 50th minute, he said, "Badhiya hai, chalo chalu karo."
If you weren't a leader or an author, what would you be, sir?
Maybe I would have tried my luck as a full-time teacher.
Wow.
I would love to act and dance.
Very good morning. One of the, very few times miracles happen. And a few weeks back, I have called a program director, the founder of Flying Cockroach, Mr. Vinod. I said, "Sir, I am in Arunachalam." He said, "Sir, life changes before Arunachalam and life changes after your visit of Arunachalam. There's nothing else can happen than this podcast. After my Giri Pradakshina, I'm fortunate enough, and it's a God's wish, that I have a gentleman, legend in the industry, Mr. Venkat Changavalli garu, who's there in this podcast. In life, you can be average student, a great teacher, and a very average mentor. But all three, a great student, a great teacher, and a great mentor, who has touched millions of lives in corporate world, in academics, and also in touching a lot of peoples in healthcare, and we will speak about it once we get into more into the podcast. Sir, it's a privilege and honor.
Thank you.
To sit here. As I always say, that I have become unlearned everything yesterday night, and I will be a student for lifelong. And I always say that I'll be a student in this podcast, and by the end of this podcast, it will definitely transform my life, because you have transformed a lot of lives. But your journey from Adipudi to IIM Ahmedabad, to working with great leaders, and you are one person who doesn't forget your roots. And you were telling me in one of your conversations that last year also you've been to your village and you giving back to society. So it will be privileged to know that how your journey started from Adipudi to the IIM Ahmedabad and to henceforth. All yours, sir.
I was born in that village. Thank you for asking this, Niranjan. I was born in this village on 25th September 1953, almost 72 years back. And particularly the first 9 years what I spent there. Even today, I feel extremely privileged and grateful to that village, because it taught me how to respect people without any bias to education level, income level, or caste and community.
Correct.
Independent of all these, how to respect people is one I learned. Second one, village taught me how to help others. I think that's very unique thing I observe even today. I went in May when my the old temple was getting inaugurated. I was there. I see the 300 to 500 people coming together, contributing together.
Correct.
And making that temple re-shine again. My father's 100th celebration, 100th year celebration by the villagers. All other towns where I did other 15 of them, I was to fund, whereas this is one place where they funded themselves. They didn't allow me to spend 1 rupee. whether it is a venue, desks, mics, or food, and this and that, all that, and that is something
Touched you.
it is there in my mind. I am here today because of that first 9 years of that village time what I spent.
Upbringing. And
Thank
it is, as you rightly said in one of your books also said, upbringing brings a character. Now, I mean that whatever you read in books, whatever we do in a lot of podcasts, but your upbringing, your roots are something which you never forget, sir. So how did you, when was the first time you came out of that village and started your travel in education? How did your education went on? I think you've been the student of Lilo College, Ahmedabad, REC Warangal. So can you speak more, give your journey in that, sir?
See, one is how do you share a resource when resources are constrained? That's what Prahalad says. When resources are constrained, you innovate more, and he calls it as constrained innovation.
Correct.
So one lake for the entire 300 and 500 population, one part of lake is used for washing clothes, one is used for washing buffaloes, one is used for swimming
Yeah.
and bathing, and one is used for other purpose.
Correct.
But independent of what purpose the same lake is serving every day and night, the lesson is how do you utilize a scarce resource optimally.
Absolutely.
I think that's what I picked up completely, wherever I am in the last 71 years. Resources get constrained, still happily. How do you use that in harmony?
Optimizing it.
And in harmony.
Yes.
People can optimize by fighting.
Yes.
But here, at peace with each other, without fighting, you can still... I think because I saw there's a process. Process is discipline.
Yes.
Nobody, when you go there to have a bath, if there are other people, you will wait.
Absolutely.
If I had to fill my water in my... I will wait. There's a discipline.
Correct.
Right from getting up in the morning to utilizing a resource to greeting people. That process is there. At the same time, that process is balanced with people orientation.
Correct.
That is the way they relate to each other. Each one is called only as uncle,
Yeah.
whether he is a Muslim or a Christian.
Any
or
religion.
Anybody, it doesn't matter at all. That respecting people, not by diluting the process of discipline.
Correct.
That's what helped me throughout my journey. Next 62 years after leaving the village.
So there is no replacement of discipline. So absolutely, it's the first pillar is
absolutely
anyone's life or a success is how much disciplined you are. I think you are bang on, sir, on
yes,
that.
Yes.
And how did the experience of whole Adipudi helped you in evolving it to the next level of schooling, education, and then college, and how did that help, sir? What made you, because it's a very small village. I'm sure that it would have been a Telugu medium, and then you got into Lilo. Lilo Vijayawada is one of the best academic colleges at that time. So how was your journey at that?
I know what you call in English. We call it kavadi.
Correct.
To bring water.
Yeah.
There is a yoke here.
Yes.
On two sides there are two vessels.
Absolutely.
So as a child, I have to balance that both the sides the way you put it on the shoulder. That balancing it without spilling a drop of water, that taught me to become a great leader. From a good leader to great leader, what you need is to balance. One vessel is professional will. Second vessel is humility. If there is a humility, it's of no use if there is no professional will.
Absolutely.
That taught me how to balance both of them without diluting your aspiration and without diluting
Ambition.
your goal.
Yeah.
That's one. And second is, what I took from the village throughout, patience. Phenomenal patience in a village. No hurry. There is no train going away. There is no flight going away. There is nothing. All time on earth is available.
Yeah.
That patience taught me to become a great leader and to focus. When they are talking of a topic, they talk of an issue, people talk of that issue in a focused way. And there is humility.
Absolutely.
Humility, there are others who are important. It's not me and me and me compared to a urban environment. I think these are all the things at the up to the age of 9, what I have seen in the village, which took me to these heights.
That's why you to sum it up, sir. The village life has taught you. Today there is no religion. First, you respected everybody. The village has taught you. Village has also taught you to be live with a humility, balancing your life, and the basics were laid to a great journey. I think Adipudi has helped you really to become what you are now. I think it plays an important role. It played an important role in your life. So, so next is your the college and getting into the IIM Ahmedabad. What was your learning experience, and who were your friends, and how did it go? So now, very important phase of anybody's life, which is education. I think from Adipudi, first 9 years you've spent, then you got into Andhra Laila College, and then REC, and then IIM Ahmedabad. What is that one thing you've learned from Andhra Laila College? I think you had a great disciplined hostel life in Andhra Laila College. So you tell me, which are the moments which you've never forget and helped you in building a great career ahead, sir, or a great life ahead, sir? How did
Sure. I just want to add here, Niranjan, that after Adipudi, I went to Chirala.
Okay.
That is the biggest town now near Adipudi.
Yes.
Where my father was working as a school teacher in a municipal school.
Okay.
So I took admission into 6th standard there. After writing an entrance exam, I skipped my 5th standard.
Okay.
Up to 4th, I studied in Adipudi. Entrance exam here, straight away skipped and joined 6th now. And 6 to 11, all 6 years I was there. Then went to Laila College.
That is PUC at that time.
PUC at that time, absolutely. And PUC 1 year course.
Okay.
And the basic thing of Laila College is discipline.
Correct.
You have to get up in the morning, 5:30, and 6 o'clock you have to complete your whatever morning rituals.
Yes.
And study hour 6 to 7:30. You have to sit there in the chair, which is no cushion, nothing, just a wooden thing. You have to sit there, no speaking, nothing. So that kind of discipline is something even today it is there.
It's like an army.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely. It's that time, it is that time you have to start. And number 2 is the competitiveness taught me in Laila College.
Wow.
Because everybody comes from the schools.
Correct.
Top schools, toppers of various schools, they come there.
Yes.
So I thought what I did before, what brought me here, cannot take you there.
Correct. Absolutely.
That kind of thing I learnt there when I went there. All are toppers. My efforts, what I did in school, to get the 3rd rank in the school, to get the 3rd rank or first here, it takes multiple efforts, not just only what I did. And so I started a little lower rank in the first quarter. Slowly, by the time I went, it was, I got my state merit, yes.
So it is, you did your evaluation that where is in this competition world,
Yes,
that where you are at.
Absolutely.
And then you worked on it.
Yeah.
So without, I think, you spoke about a few things in Laila College, sir. One is a hostel discipline, which you said. Again, I'll go back to the village, Adipudi. Is that there also you spoke about discipline? So I think there is no substitute for a discipline, whether any part of life.
Absolutely.
So that, and how did you get into REC Warangal, and how did that journey happen, sir?
REC is basically on the merit.
Okay.
So the chemical engineering had 30 seats and 15 reserved for Telugu people, 15 reserved for non-Telugu.
Okay.
In the 15, the reservation is there.
Yeah.
And balance open seats are divided 3 each for Andhra, Telangana and Rayalaseema. So the 3 of Andhra, I was the one. I was the 3rd one in the 3.
Okay.
There were other 2 people who were ahead. Yeah.
Okay. And what did REC Warangal taught you, sir? Any leadership lessons that?
Yes. Once I took Dr. Kalam to RECW. After Jawaharlal Nehru, people of that stature have not visited in almost 50 years. So I requested him, we went together. I told him when he asked me this question, I'm glad you're asking question what was asked by Dr. Kalam. When we were traveling from here to Warangal by car, I said one R stands for, it taught me responsibility. Okay. At the age of 16 I came there. It taught me how to be responsible for my father's money.
Great.
and he taught me empathy. E is for empathy and C is for communication. I learned communication, not great English, but what the other person has to get influenced. What are those words? What is that I need to speak? And the W stands for warmth. There's a warmth there. You are wanted.
Yeah.
So even after 75 passing out today, whenever I go, I feel that is the place where I am wanted. That warmth is there.
The belongingness. Yeah.
Yes. And multilingual, 50% from other states.
Correct.
So how to accept people who are different from you. So respecting similarities, respecting differences, celebrating similarities is what I learned there.
Yeah.
Celebrate similarities with Telugu people.
Correct.
But accept differences so that the life goes very smoothly.
The cultural differences, the
Absolutely.
way you speak,
Absolutely.
the food. I think first time you have seen people.
Absolutely.
These kind of cultural changes you have adapted. I'm sure that you would have made great friends from other parts of states at that time only.
Absolutely.
And
those friends are there today.
Okay.
We completed recently 50 years.
Okay.
And we went to Goa.
Okay.
And celebrated mad. Only, all these dinner, dance, all that.
Yeah, great. I think that the same nostalgic, the same
Absolutely.
all old things you would have memorized it and got it again. So
Yeah, particularly in REC, I got the state merit scholarship. That was 1200 rupees based on my PUC marks of Loyola College. 1200 per annum for 5 years.
wow.
But I learnt at that time how to be frugal with that money, how to use that money with responsibility is what I learned there, so that there is less burden for my father. He could send another 1200.
Yeah.
So it was only 2400 per annum what was required. But I learned how to use throughout my life. That helped me. How do you use your money with responsibility? And more than that, how to use others' money with responsibility? Because the money given to me as a scholarship is people taxes.
Yes.
People tax are given to me. I have to pay it. I have to use it
With an
responsibly
accountability and
for a purpose.
This is a great lesson, sir. Even today, a lot of parents send money to students. People go to US. People go to, it's in middle class. They earn hard-earned money which is spent on it. I think one great lesson you have from REC is that you at that time empathy and responsible towards your father's money is remains same even today. I think a lot of youngsters who are watching this podcast can learn a great thing about it. That
Thank you.
that at that time to be because at that time education and you were privileged to study in REC, and as one of the points you told is that it's a taxpayers' money. And you say taxpayers' money, you are using that taxpayers' money, so you are more accountable and responsible towards that money. And very few people have that kind of a thought process at that age. Sir. I mean, and as a student, to get that kind of a thought process is something which is a leader in making at that age only. I think that is the one learning I have. And how did REC Warangal shaped you as a student to the next level, sir, which is your journey to IIM Ahmedabad? So,
one thing in RDC is a very vibrant political culture is there, and very, very vibrant where students belong to various beliefs, capitalism, socialism, communism, all that. So I picked up what is that which can reduce poverty, what is that which you can increase literacy, what is that we can use for reducing social inequalities. I think that place taught me how you can do something for others. Adipodi taught me helping others.
correct.
Loyola College taught me discipline.
Yes.
Here, can you be useful to others by being frugal with your money, by being responsible with the money of government,
Correct.
and by being concerned socially for people who are challenged.
So that diverse culture, diverse thought process of students and the political, diverse political thought process, given a thought in your mind that how to be more responsible towards nation and building a better culture for the nation. I think.
Absolutely.
Yes. So, how did IIM Ahmedabad happen, sir? It was through an entrance or how?
Last year of engineering, chemical engineering, one semester we had to spend outside the college in an organization industry. So, because of my marks, I got into Fertilizer Corporation of India from Bombay.
Great.
So I spent that semester there.
Okay.
And one of my seniors, he met me in Chembur and told me, you have potential to become a manager.
Oh.
So somebody else having more confidence than you
Yeah.
led me to get admission IMA. Not that I was obsessed to get, I did not know what is IMA. That man Ramakrishna Rao Garu, he told me,
Identified.
he identified you have a talent, managerial talent. You can build leadership.
Yeah.
That man, when he told me, I said, I don't know, I want to become an engineer and
Yes.
work in a. He said, you please apply to IMA. I can't speak English. Read Hindu every day and practice maths. And that's all. I did that.
So when you were when he advised you, you know that you were not fluent in English.
I knew, yeah, because I did in Telugu medium.
Yeah.
Everything up to school level. Only in Laila College is English medium. But English medium, learning maths in English or Telugu, it is maths only.
Correct.
So I didn't focus on English. I focused on maths.
Yeah. Because
so-
you were very clear that you want to pursue in engineering and
Yeah, except some words in English of
Correct.
physics, chemistry, otherwise it was not really that required English was not there much in engineering.
so you used to read Hindu
I was
paper.
reading Hindu paper every day 1 hour, note down the words which I do not know. Every day 10 words I'll write down, go to dictionary and see the meaning.
Okay.
Like that every day 10 words till I appeared Jan 9th 75. I appeared for the entrance test in Hyderabad.
Wow.
Then later April it happened group discussion. Out of the 30 people who wrote the exam that year, only 4 were called for interview in Chennai, and out of 4 I was selected. And luckily that year there was no group discussion.
Okay.
Maybe that's one reason I got selected.
Okay.
Because
Could
group
be.
discussion was there, I wouldn't have spoken English that much.
So when you work hard and sometimes the universe helps you to
Correct.
reach
That's what
that.
happened. But interview was for, instead of 20 minutes, it was 50 minutes to 1 hour interview.
Okay. Sir.
So one professor asking only on mathematics basics,
Okay.
one professor asking on engineering fundas, one asking about your social commitment, country thing, or that kind of details.
Nation
Why
first.
you are, why do you, communism is better or socialism is better? What are those philosophies? How are you aligned? Those kind of things they asked for
So
1
that
hour.
that you got more knowledge and insights with your political diverse culture in REC Warangal has helped you. Might have helped you.
Yeah, sure.
So because you interact with different friends who has a socialistic approach, who has a capitalistic approach, who are so.
Yes.
I think that.
I was more towards communist kind of thing
Okay.
at that time, because at that age I felt there are so many people suffering. Can we help them? That's the whole purpose of socialism, communism. I was more oriented towards that.
So then you got the admission in IIM Ahmedabad. IIM Ahmedabad is one of the prestigious institute at that time, and even today produced leaders,
Yes.
CEOs, great academicians. And how was your journey in those? It's a 2-year course, right?
2-year course.
Yes.
2 years course, we study 36 courses. 18 courses first year, 18 courses second year.
Okay.
No preparatory holidays, and once class is over today, tomorrow is the test.
Yes.
It's like that.
The trimester.
Trimester, 6 for each trimester. 3 in the first year, 3 in the second year. And incidentally, let me tell you, I have all those class notes, those case studies which were given to me today.
Wow.
I can show you all the 36 courses. And what is important there is, if the class is at 11:55, class starts at 11:55, not 56.
Oh.
11:55 to 13:10 is the class. So that's 75 minutes class.
Yeah.
And there can be a surprise quiz.
Okay.
So suddenly there can be assignment. There can be a class participation. So you are evaluated on not just one end exam.
Okay.
On quizzes and assignments and group discussions and the midterm and end term. The 100 is divided into these 5 components, and you have to be alert all the time.
Correct.
And make use of every minute. That discipline helped me again here. Preparing for the class tomorrow, I have to do today.
The preparation.
Read the case. Prepare.
You're well prepared for the next day.
Absolutely.
And sir, a lot of people get into these premier institutes, IIMs, and good business schools. Not everyone cuts off to the CEO level and into the senior management level. They can be a good academicians. They are very good at academics. One thing that people are doing right now an MBA in a good B schools or any MBA, what is your advice that how they should spend that 2 years in the college that will make them a leader, better leader in the future?
I think 2 years only lays the foundation.
Okay.
I learned so many things after the 2 years.
Okay.
But one thing I was clear, those 2 years is only giving you a visa to enter a country.
Correct.
The country of management.
A base.
Yeah, then you have to slow.
Absolutely.
It's like you have to put the. It's like.
You're getting into a big jungle with a good preparation, and you have to survive. So
Yes.
so
But what institute has not taught us? What it taught us is marketing management, finance management, people management,
human resources. Yes.
materials management. Like that, the functional management is how do you strategize business policy, that kind of thing.
Correct.
But when you come to this, it's like you learning a football game in your classroom.
Yeah.
When you go out, you realize there is
have to
opposite
play.
opposite team is there. Somebody is taking your ball. No?
Absolutely. Yes.
How do you adjust yourself in the corporate world without diluting your ethics?
Values.
How do you learn people skills? How you learn the industry specific adaptation? So that all happens provided this background makes you confident.
So that's
Thank
how the IIM Ahmedabad.
Yes, yes.
We'll
I
take
was
a
not the topper.
in IIM Ahmedabad, now we will touch upon your friends, and you. I'm sure that you would have made great friends, and that now the industry could be industry bigwigs. Can you help me to know how these friends have really helped you, and what is that you have evolved with these kind of people along with you, sir?
In IMA, people again through competitive test and the group discussion they came there. All toppers from various IITs, engineering colleges and the plain graduates. My batch had got some veterans like Vindi Banga, who became chairman of Hindustan Liver. Later he became half the business head in the Unilever worldwide. My batch had Sudarshan Jain, who became head of Abbott as a managing director. Even today he is the Indian Pharma Association. We were roommates, batchmates later also. Started as classmate, batchmate, then we became roommates. We joined the first job. And Rama Bijapurkar, she was called Rama Rao when she joined from Hyderabad only. So she, famous professor of IMA and the board of IMA, wrote so many nice books. Like that in our batch there are many stalwarts who did something in life. But all of them are not toppers. I am in the only
Are you
one.
a topper, sir? Were you a
Not
topper?
at all. I am one of the 30 guys in the
Okay.
120 class. I may be one of the 30 when I say I am 30th guy.
Okay.
This English unfortunately helps you like that. So but I realized one thing, that's only a foundation. It's not the amount of denominator what you have. It is what you make of the denominator, bigger numerator is important.
Correct.
That's why all class firsts have not become except Banga.
Yeah.
So it is not intelligence alone what is required in life to succeed. Now today if you say out of the 120 people, I will be definitely one of the 4 names to be mentioned, because not only I became a CEO, but I also worked with social projects impacting lives of people, worked with the chief ministers, even now working with Insurance Information Bureau as CEO, and then parallelly teaching, mentoring those as a consultant. Like this, multiple roles I was to play. But the foundation was IIM Ahmedabad. What I saw those classmates, batchmates, continued to relate to them at various fora. We have a alumni associations. I was president of the chapter in Chennai. Then we have get-togethers at 2000 millennial meet.
Oh.
Then our 25th year.
50th.
Then 30th year. Recently we had our 50 years of joining at 75. We met in Puri.
Okay.
So 100 people came and we did 4 days. All great achievers in life coming there.
Wow.
And back to 75 like students trying to learn from each other, play. I think the successful people, they have balanced their success not only intellectually, financially. They also balanced with emotionally.
Yeah.
And also they balanced with spiritually, helping others and that kind of thing.
So and this kind of you are not the topper, and you have learned few things from your friends and professors. Were there any professor who really inspired you or touched you that helped you in to become evolve as a great manager, sir?
Professor T.V. Rao, he taught me OB.
Okay, operation
No, organizational
behavior, OB.
Yeah.
Okay, okay,
And Professor Indira Parikh,
okay,
she conducted a program for us on interpersonal skills. When I tended to be more emotional
okay,
and than power orientation,
okay,
when I scored very less on power and more on affiliation. So Indira Parikh and Professor T.V. Rao told that's good actually. It helps you to become a leader. You are able to connect emotionally than only achievement orientation. So after my marriage, instead of going on honeymoon to any other place, I went to IIM Ahmedabad to tell my wife how important in our life to grow together with that lesson what Indira taught. And I introduced her to Indira Parikh that getting emotionally connected is important for a leader.
sir. Anybody's early career, I mean, if you look at if you ask me my early career, I had great mentors, I had great managers. They make a I mean, basics are very right side. With those kind of mentors helped me to build my career. How was your career when you started your career? How did you get accustomed and adjusted into the first job, and how is that journey, sir?
My first job was in Lupin Laboratories
Lupin,
as a management trainee. I was there for 3 years. Then I worked in Novartis. I worked before the textile machinery. Before becoming a CEO, I worked in 3-4 organizations in accounting, finance.
Okay.
But those 15 years before I became a CEO,
CEO.
in these 3-4 organizations, one thing clear, the leadership traits what I picked up from various leaders.
Okay.
One is clearly growth mindset.
Okay.
How do you grow? I think that's the very first one I picked up. That growth mindset, I learned risk taking is important.
Okay.
And the growth mindset has to be multifaceted. It has to be inclusive, it has to be responsible, it has to be profitable, it has to be ethical, it has to be consistent. That's what I picked up from these leaders when I was working with them as a management trainee to assistant manager to manager. And more importantly, I realized what brought you here will not take you there tomorrow. Every one of the leaders saying this.
Yes.
We have to put in new efforts, new resources, new strategy, all that. And never ever cease to be a student. I saw those leaders willing to learn from multiple sources, multiple people learning. Growth mindset, never cease to be a student. And what you hear cannot take you there is my broad lessons in the first 15 years of my career.
And when I speak about these Lupin and the earlier organization, who were the two most influential leaders you a student and you have observed them? Even today, they had an impact on your life, sir.
One is my first boss in my life in 77, who took me as a management trainee was Mr. D.B. Gupta. He is no more. He was the chairman of Lupin.
Lupin, yes.
He was a teacher, was teaching chemistry from Rajasthan, and when I joined, it was 2 crores company.
Lupin was 2 crores company when you joined.
At that time,
Okay.
yes. And today, it is more than 10,000 crores.
Yes, sir. Lupin Library.
But that time he used to say, I want to become 100 crores time. 100 crores in the next 5 years. When he used to say, we used to think, what is this? How can he become? He's not even 2 crores, 4 crores he became later next. How can it be 100 crores we were thinking? But he made it happen. That vision of dreaming something big without corresponding resources. What C.K. Prahalad wrote later, he is one such person, dreamt of becoming something big in pharma industry. That's one thing definitely I picked up from him, how to vision without corresponding resources.
Great.
Then he had set up new plants at that time, Aurangabad and Ankleshwar. I remember one day I travelled with him in his car to office of MIDC to get the land allocated at Aurangabad. He was so impressed in my journey, and then when we reached home, I'm increasing your salary by 350 rupees and 1,000 rupees salary.
So your first appraisal happened in the car.
When we were coming back, and he is very hospitality. Hospitality is what I saw in a leader. His wife gives you plate and very, very,
Humble.
as a family member, food is served to you.
Oh.
How to retain your employees, motivate your employees by being hospitable is what I learned from him. Never ever called me Mr. Venkat G only.
Wow.
So that's one I learned from. Second one, in Sivagagi I had a boss by name Dr. M.D. Nair. Scientist in research center, he became manager for a newly set up department called Planning, Information and Control. A scientist, PhD in chemistry, came to head planning, implementing, controlling.
Correct.
Entire pharma divisions, long-term plans, short-term plans, implementing them, controlling reports, all that.
Correct.
Dr. Nair didn't have that background. So he took me as his assistant. And after my appraisal 1 year, 84 April, he said, Venkat, you are very poor in communication skills.
Oh.
2 out of 10 he rated me. I felt bad. So then naturally I thought bad about him inside my mind. But next day I went and asked him, sir, why you gave me? But I have given you 10 out of 10 for conceptual clarity, strategic thinking, analytical skills. Because communication skills are not matching the other skills which will be important when you grow up in life as a leader. You want to become a CEO by 92, this is already 84. This will not be adequate for you. That day night I joined Nigeria Speakers Academy in Mumbai and learnt how to use a mic, how to speak, how
Public
to tell
speaking.
an anecdote. And those Wednesdays and Saturdays, every day 3 hours every day. And that gave me confidence that I can also speak. And then I started, from that time to now, 84 to now, in the last 41 years, preparation is important for communication, any communication. Number 2 is practice is important. Number 3 is adaptability before the audience is important. Number 4, orient to the audience mood, question answer handling, closing with an impact where they clap for you. I see that end. What I need from them is a standing ovation, clapping.
Yes. Know your audience.
But for that boss, Dr. M.D. Nair, who honestly gave 2 out of 10, he could have given 8 out of 10.
Yes.
That made me to become a person of a standing to speak to audiences at multifora.
There are 2 learnings, sir, in this, Mr. Nair, sir. One is that as a leader, I'm 100% sure that he was impressed with all other characteristics you had as a professional. But he gave a straight feedback that where you are
Absolutely.
not, where you are. And second thing is, the great learning from you that you took that feedback seriously. Today's leaders, very few times, don't give that feedback, and even though that feedback is given, people get offended and they will start comparing with others. I'm better than that, and they don't work on that feedback. I think you're right, sir. Working on a feedback and constant learning and a student forever is what made you to be today what you are today, sir. For anybody in their life, career plays an important role, and you have diverse careers, sir. I mean, I've seen very few people who has a diverse career in terms of leadership at the leadership stage. You've been a very successful stint in pharmaceutical. You had a very small stint in logistics. You have also on the missionary front. So how do you see evolve yourself working in a diverse industries? What are the factors which helped you in each of the industry, and what are the learnings?
From Lupin Pharma to textile machinery, Stars Textiles to Sibagagi, now Novartis Pharma to fragrance flavor Simrise, to EMRA emergency response health, to UP 100 police emergency. Across industries was a boon to me. But why I became successful across is, one is definitely I had focus. One of my strengths is focus. And with that focus, coupled with humility and patience to learn about industry from others who may be junior to me.
Correct.
That humility coupled with my focus and the patience that I have to, this helped me to overcome this weakness of being an outsider.
Correct.
Then a lot of my core strengths, first is my values. Values are not connected to an industry. My values of hard work, my values of integrity,
Discipline.
my discipline, my communication, my ability to make timely decisions, my participative style, my teaching style, more importantly, how I connect with people,
Yeah.
how I build relationships, commitment to that organization to make it bigger. All these things, last but not least, is the confidence and faith from my parents, my wife, my
Support.
teachers,
Yes.
and bosses. That helped me quite a lot.
Yeah.
New industry did not become a deterrent for me because they had faith. My boss had faith. This guy will learn, perform.
You
My
are
parents,
empowered. You are empowered always.
absolutely. My boss start with my commitment for my boss, then the parents and the family. They had phenomenal faith. This guy will succeed everywhere. That is very, very important. And then my own values and patience and focus. So the across industry did not determine success. On the contrary, I saw everything from a different lens than somebody who is coming from a domain background.
Correct.
When I started emergency here, I saw from an engineering perspective medicine.
Yes.
When I became a product manager for Tegretol epilepsy, I learned from scratch. Anatomy, physiology, pathology, toxicology, everything I learned differently. I was the only engineer who addressed Stanford School of Medicine on emergency medicine.
Wow.
I was the only engineer who addressed on emergency medicine to AFMC Pune doctors. And I was the only engineer who spoke, the epilepsy
Okay.
to doctors, general practitioners. I trained them. Like that, every field I went. Today I am the CEO of IIB of India. I learnt Insurance Act. I meet 58 insurers, their CEOs regularly, and 11 lakhs crores of industry.
Yes, it is.
How do you manage their claims? How do you, help them better underwrite? All that we have domain experts.
Correct.
But learning from them to help them use that domain knowledge
You have to.
and help the insurers.
Absolutely.
The whole thing is finally leadership.
It boils down to the leadership. I
Thank
think in your leadership journey of various industries, one thing which I can make it out is, when you work in diverse industries, one is a constant learning, and every time you worked in a new industry, you have become a student again, and you have learned from juniors, you have learned from your colleagues, you have learned from your bosses. All that has happened because they have empowered you. One, you said your bosses had a faith in you, your family had a faith in you, your madam support, wife support is there. All that culmination of all made you a stronger leader than ever. Is that every time it is you constant learning, and you always worked on your skills, strengths, and your Adipudi's learning, Laila's discipline, and the diverse political learnings you had from REC Warangal. IIM Ahmedabad, although you were not a topper, but inquisitive and always curious to learn, and your mentors, Mr. Nair. So it has evolved you in as a better leader. I felt in that way. So it is, yeah, it is. And anything you have learned three things in pharmaceutical industry, or three things you always apply in your life, sir, that you have.
Leadership is one. Leader need not be the CEO. When I was a product manager, I was a leader of that product Tegretol, meant for epilepsy.
Correct.
Number two is innovation. What is something new I will do? In that job as a product manager, or when I was heading CEO of Simrise, or in MRI. What is that new I can do? How I brought the 108, how I designed ambulance, how I set up the response center, how I called the driver of the ambulance as pilot. All these are innovations.
Absolutely.
So one is definitely as the leadership element of which strategy I should follow after visioning, and how do I align my people to go on that path.
Correct.
How do I motivate them is one part of leadership.
Correct.
Next is innovation. Third is execution. Come what may, I have to produce results,
Yes.
ethically, agreed, committed, has to be delivered. Now that means the leadership, innovation and technology. I use technology extensively everywhere, though I am not a
Tech savvy.
I am not a tech savvy or technology, but I know what technology can do
Absolutely.
for my business, for my customers. I was able to leverage my technology guys in the organization to produce results for the customers, what they want. I think across these multiple industries, for me, what I call life, LIFE, leadership and innovation for execution.
Oh,
But I changed it later when I started using technology. I called it as a light, LITE.
T.
So when I spoke in a TEDx forum, I spoke on LITE for public service delivery. How I used leadership innovation technology for delivering services in public, both through my EMRI 108 project and also in UP 100 police emergency system.
I just want to know this: how important is setting up as a leader a culture of an organization?
Not how important, that is the thing important for a leader. His major role is only to build culture of discipline, culture of process orientation,
Openness.
culture of openness, culture of respecting people, culture of performance, culture of trustworthiness, culture of human orientation, culture of customer centricity. The whole thing is you are doing everyday action to build that culture. What people come out, who come and see, like here when you come and see, what you see is how customer centric the studio is.
Correct.
How it is finally viewer centric the studio is.
Absolutely.
This is the culture the studio founders have thought and built that culture.
Correct.
Leadership role is only that other side of coin of this culture.
In India, the name Guru is there from Adi Shankaracharya to till now. The concept of Guru, and now we call it as mentorship. Both the same, but what is mentorship according to you? And you have been a mentee and you have been a mentor. So, how important this role of a mentor plays in an organization or any successful individuals?
It's very, very, very important question what you asked. It started with my father as my guru.
Great.
But for his advice, I wouldn't have joined EMRI. Sringeri Shankaracharya, Bhatitida Swamiji, when he came to my house on 6th April 92, when we did Pada Puja, from that time to now, he only says, I pray God is to give you strength and health to serve others. So in the last 92 now, whenever I share with him what I am doing, he says, more and more you do.
Wow.
Whether I was in 108 or in UP project or in, I only pray God is to give you strength. That's the Guru who is blessing you and encouraging you to do work. Third is Dr. Kalam, when I met him in Rashtrapati Bhavan in 2005, 9th November. Those 10 years till his death on 28th July 2015. Those 50 times when I met him. These are my three gurus. I pay my respect and tributes.
Your father,
Sringeri Swami.
Swami and Kalamji.
I got mentored by them. And there is somebody beyond you with your values, with your attitude, with your life skills of respecting people. You can make a big difference in society. Now, according to me, mentoring, I mentored around 350 people so far. There is something called fixed ideas. People have got certain fixed ideas. How do you challenge those fixed ideas is one part I work on while mentoring them. Fixed idea is that I am from Delhi. I can only do. I am from Hyderabad. I can only do this. I am so and so caste. I cannot. So these fixed ideas I want to challenge. Number two, there are certain gremlins, what I call. Addressing those gremlins are fear, apprehension, anxiety. I address that second one. Third one, what I do is there are certain self-limiting beliefs. So they limit themselves about their potential.
Correct.
That's what Dr. Kalam did to me. You write, you become an author. He saw me.
Yeah.
So my friend Ramakrishna Rao, my senior REC, told me you can go to IMA. They mentored me actually by challenging my self-limiting beliefs. There's one gentleman, out of all the 350 people I love, one gentleman by name Anil Agarwal,
Okay.
IPS officer of UP cadre. When I went to do this project UP 100 police emergency system, so Mr. Akhilesh Yadav and Home Secretary Mr. Panda allocated this, he was ADGP at that time, Anil Agarwal. civil engineer from BITS Pilani, very good engineer, very good, very intelligent person. But I got opportunity to mentor him. Those 2.5 years and later throughout, in the third book also he wrote how he got mentored. Today he is member of Competitive Commission of India. Recently
CCI.
when I went to Delhi, he took me to his office saying that I want to show you what I became. I am grateful to you what you mentored me. So the benefit of mentorship is not related to your money what you earn. It is to what height your mentee is reaching. So
Satisfaction.
it's a godly work. Mentorship
Yeah,
is a
yeah,
godly work.
it is also heart touching that the gratitude they show when you went to Delhi and he has shown
Thank
his
you.
office. And
Yes,
also,
yes.
with such an inspirational legend, you've associated so closely with him, and he spent his humility. Everybody knows it. But what is that you looked at him, looked up to him, and what are the few learnings you had with him always whenever you meet?
Thank you. Those 50 meetings starting from Rashtrapati Bhavan, meeting Dr. Kalam, every time I go up by 50,000 feet, every time I meet him. I learned from him during this process to summarize into 4 or 5 aspects. One is I learned to ask questions. He used to ask questions. That curiosity, inquisitiveness is important quality of a leader, which he displayed when I met him on 9th November 2005. He asked me question after question. I took presentation. There was no projector, nothing in his room. He was only one to one, face to face. How many lives you saved? Page number 9. What technology you used? Page number 18. I was showing him one by one. Ask questions to mind somebody.
Dr. APJ Kalam, Bharat Ratna, you have a very few people will have such a close meetings and such a close conversations, and you are fortunate enough to have that kind of an association with him. Please tell me and the audiences what is that you have learned from that great man, and what is that this generation or anyone should implement as a leader or as a students.
Yeah, thank you. This is one way of
giving tribute
to Dr. Kalam. It's a God blessing that I could go to Rashtrapati Bhavan on 9th November 2005, where I learnt how to ask questions. The way he asked me questions on how many lives he saved, what process followed, what technology you followed, who is the founder, and those kind of questions he asked me. 50 minutes kept on asking questions, I kept on answering. That's one lesson. Second lesson is when he came to my house on 10th August 2010, I removed my shoe, he also removed his shoe. So humility is the most important. Whatever level you go, humble. When he came home at dining table, when I asked him to sit at the head table, he asked me who sits there. I said, I sit there. Then you sit there. I'll sit between 2 children. 2 of my sons in the center he sat, saying that I want to learn from them.
Wow.
Look at that man's humility to learn from somebody who was 60 years younger to him. That is I learned. Third thing is be grateful to people who have done something to you. On my 60th birthday, I mentioned this and 60 names whom I am grateful, who made me what I am in 60 years. My parents to siblings to teachers to subordinates to bosses who made me what I am. Because he always keeps respecting his teachers, Dr. Sarabhai, who took the blame all that. Number 4 is there is a potential in every human being working with you. Tap his hidden potential. And when he tapped my hidden potential of becoming an author, I have to tap hidden potential of my people who are working with me,
Correct.
whom I mentor. These are the, and last but not least is embrace technology. He said, how do we provide what is in urban facilities in rural area?
Correct.
He called it Pura. So he encouraged me when I was using technology in MRI. I was the first CEO in the country. I remember one of the first CEOs probably. 97 Jan 4th I went live with ERP package in the country.
Wow.
In 4 months time. I am not a technology guy, but as a CEO, as a leader, I embrace technology. I encourage people to use technology for the benefit of the society and serving a common man. What Chandrababu has done, what other people have done, embracing technology for a common good, be it e-seva, me-seva, Passport Seva, all this day before yesterday, Mr. Sachinarayana who did this was sharing with us. Now, need for us all the more with artificial intelligence coming.
Correct.
Instead of getting frightened that jobs will go, it will not go. It will only make you think more what you are not thinking enough.
Correct.
What you are thinking, there is somebody else now thinking. Now you have to think more
Yeah.
to utilize what that can do. It's like having a...
Run faster than a mission.
You have a PPT in front of you. How to talk from PPT is important than making a PPT.
Correct.
How to see behind a slide.
Yeah.
Now what is that you can do from artificial intelligence?
Take a decision with an effective data.
Because you have an agentic AI, which is now we are talking.
Correct.
Instead of saying, I don't know. Yes, I don't know technology. I don't use. But latest laptop, latest mobile phone, latest iPad I have.
Okay.
I encourage I am now at the age of 71, 10 months old. I am heading a company. I am heading an organization called Insurance Information Bureau. 50% of my employees are technology guys.
Correct.
Either infrastructure, data analytics. We have a data lake using artificial intelligence. How can I help the industry to underwrite better, prevent the frauds, manage the claims better?
Effective management of claims, yes.
So I think the thing is you don't have an option, but you have an option of you have a resource. AI is a resource. How do you utilize a resource is the most important thing.
Correct.
And that is what leadership has to do than getting scared.
Absolutely.
They have to get committed to the cause of contributing.
What, according to you, how success means and how much success should be mean to individuals, organization, and how do you measure a success?
In my own way, there are multiple differences could be, but what I felt is success is multidimensional. Multidimensional when I am saying it is not intellectual success. It is financial success also. It is also emotional success and spiritual success. It is multidimensional from that point of view.
Correct.
It's also balanced success. I have to grow, my family has to grow, my organization has to grow, my country has to grow. Then only it is success, not only one of them, two of them. I learned a mathematical formula. A person who succeeds does hard work. That hard work he multiplies with smartness.
Correct.
Smartness he gets from job knowledge or functional knowledge what he has got. It's a triangle, smartness. Base of the triangle is the job knowledge. One side of the triangle is interpersonal skills. How he builds relations, how he communicates, how he influences, how he respects them.
Absolutely.
Other side of the triangle is self-discipline. What kind of self-confidence, how he manages resources, how he manages time, how she manages her anger and stress. The three sides of this triangle of job knowledge, interpersonal skills and self-discipline together contribute to smartness. Research has shown 80% of smartness comes from interpersonal skills and self-knowledge, self-discipline. That's why after graduation, formal acquiring qualifications, I learnt more on interpersonal skills and self-management skills. And lastly, when I have seen successful leaders, they displayed what I describe H qualities. They are humane, they are humble, they are honest, they are hardworking, they are harmonious, they are healthy. Like this you can keep on defining. This is what we have to develop.
Yeah, all success only, it doesn't mean that only monetary, it is holistic.
Absolutely, holistic.
If you're born now in this generation and you have to relive and you're now joining a new job or you're just out of college, how would you, what are the success formulas or what are the tips you would give to yourself as an younger generation?
See, the first tip is avoid negative people. Negative people, negative thoughts, negative sources, avoid first. Number two is believe in yourself. Cultivate others who can support you. It can be family, parents, wife, teachers, bosses, friends. Cultivate them. A for avoiding negative people, B for believe in yourself, C for cultivating others, D for develop yourself. Every second you have to develop yourself.
Yeah.
Learn.
Constant learner.
Yeah. Last but not least, embrace technology.
Wow.
Technology that doesn't mean only information technology. Go beyond There can be a electronic technology, there can be a material technology, there can be a chemical technology, there can be a technology which is making life easier.
Embrace it.
Embrace, so that you will become an expert to leverage that resource as a leader.
To maximize yourself and profit or
Absolutely.
to the organization.
Thank you. Devarakonda,
Vijay Devarakonda, yeah.
I see every day night 1 hour I spend time on Swarabhishekam Padtatiga.
Okay.
All songs I enjoy.
One good thing about social media and one thing you don't like about social media?
Social media is good as long as you schedule when to use it.
Correct.
It's like a resource what you have. Excessive use of resource
Yes.
may be leading to negative consequences. This has to be, a time has to be set. How long you would like to spend 10%, 5%, 2%. 24 hours ignoring priorities and not respecting your commitments
And
is something I'm afraid of when people do it.
thank you, sir. It is absolute honor for me to sit in front of you, and I don't know how many people will get this kind of a chance to have that kind of an impression. If somebody does a podcast to me, what is your best moment in your life? This will be one of my best moments in life, as you had it with
Thank
Mr.
you.
Dr.
Thank you
Abdul
so much, Niranjan.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.